Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
We are finally getting this one in, guys. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight on the eve of Independence Day? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are here live to talk about this past Saturday's premium live event, WWE's pay-per-view, WWE Night of Champions 2025. Took place this past Saturday, June 28th, 2025, at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. First and foremost, most importantly, I did think it was a little risky for WWE to go overseas at this time because, of course, of what's been going on the past few weeks in the world overseas and whatnot. So I was definitely concerned when they still decided to travel over there and do this show. But they got over safe. The show, did what it had to do, and they got back safe. So I am definitely glad all that happened. Just want to throw that out there. I do apologize, though. Again, this review is late. I was not able to watch Night of Champions this past Saturday as I had a wedding to go to for a family member. Sunday, I didn't get to start watching until the evening, and I got tired and I fell asleep during the show. And this whole week has just been quite a week for myself. Let's put it that way. I've just had a lot happen this week. A lot of things that, I had to make some decisions that's good for, myself, my wife, and my son. And, just a lot back and forth. So honestly, it's kind of good I decided to take a break from Raw and SmackDown reviews until for another week, because I said I probably won't do them again until the week after Evolution, which also I have my Evolution card predictions uploaded as well. I finally got those uploaded last night. We'll definitely talk about Evolution, of course, as it gets closer, and my overall disappointment I am with the build and buzz for that show for sure. I'm still going to watch it because, of course, I don't have to pay for it. I'm going to watch it on Peacock, but I'm not going to lie and say that my excitement really isn't that high for that show. But, of course, I'm still going to watch it. I'm going to review it. Unlike, I'm still back and forth about AEW All In next Saturday as well. So, we'll see, of course, where all that goes. But, yeah, that's for another day. Let's talk about Night of Champions. So, my overall thoughts on the show? Solid. Solid because most of the results were fine. I didn't really, nothing, really big advanced here. We did have a return and a debut in the U.S. title match. We did crown our King and Queen of the Rings. The winners, meh. And then, of course, the main event was fine with John Cena and CM Punk. Look, again, I'm going to keep saying this. I know tons of people are disappointed with this heel run from John Cena. And I keep saying, I think the reason why is because even though he's a heel, we're not getting the heel John Cena that we probably would have gotten 13 years ago. Again, John Cena's 48 years old. His body's broken down. He has a story where he hadn't won matches in quite a long time. I feel like, this makes sense for his condition to do what he is doing. However, I'm not going to lie and say some of his matches may have been a little overproduced. Such as this match with him and CM Punk. The two of them were fine, but it's just the action happening around it has me a little head scratching. but I will talk about that, of course, when we get to it as well. We do have a new United States champion as well in Solo Sikoa. Congratulations. And surprisingly, you will not believe my favorite match of the night, which I'll get to that, of course, in a little bit. And yeah, so I don't know how long I'm going to be up here. I still don't think I'm going to be here too long. I'll be up here longer than I thought I was going to be. So we're going to see, of course, where that course goes for sure. And then we're going to get ready to go to bed and enjoy my 4th of July tomorrow. So WWE Night of Champions. So the show opened up with this King of the Ring finals match. Cody Rhodes taking on his longtime friend and mentor, Randy Orton, in the finals. This is the second year in a row Randy Orton was in the finals for the King of the Ring. Last year he was in the finals against Gunther, and he won the match. He lost the match. In a little controversy with his way his shoulder was pinned, but they did have the rematch after Gunther won the championship at SummerSlam. And the same stipulation. The winner of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments do get championship matches at SummerSlam. And it sounds like they have to pick the brand's championship that they're on. So Cody, the winner of this match, will be going after the undisputed WWE title. So John Cena. First off, I forgot about just the intro as well. One thing that kind of bothered me also too, again, is why did we call this show Night of Champions when there were 6 matches and only 2 of them were title matches? I honestly still would have called this show King and Queen of the Ring, because that felt a lot more centered. Again, Night of Champions, it's not meant for smaller cards and companies that have like 14 titles. We can't defend every single title in one show anymore, unfortunately. Unless, of course, it's a 2-night event. So I still would have called this King and Queen of the Ring. Night of Champions didn't work for me. But anyway, so Cody and Randy. Match was good. The interesting thing about this match, though, was that both men kind of showed some heelish sides. Like, when, I know the story there, of course, Randy said he's going to do whatever it takes for him to get to number 15, even if he has to go through Cody Rhodes, which he did. I still would have had Sami Zayn, or even throw a curveball and have Jey Uso be in the finals as well. That did not happen. Again, Cody and Randy was a match bound to happen. I don't feel like, though, this was the right spot to do it, because we all knew Cody was going to win and go on to fight John Cena. But again, it was interesting that both men kind of played a little heelish at times. Like, for example, Randy Orton goes for like a jump or something off of the ropes. He lands on his back. And we all know Randy Orton has had a history of back issues. That's what kept him out for 18 months recently. Obviously that makes us wonder, did he re-aggravate it or not? And Cody Rhodes, though, who knows Randy's swing for the fences, he's going to swing for the fences too, and he targeted Randy's back for most of the rest of the match. Which, psychology-wise, that is really good. Randy, of course, showed his moments of aggression as well. Even moments of fighting of whether or not he should use the punt on Cody or not, which he eventually does attempt it, but Cody did counter and eventually get into his winning crossroads. And, well, not just that also, but also Randy did expose a turnbuckle, and he said ram his shoulder, armpit, which got to his shoulder, into the turnbuckle, and led the Cody Rhodes hit a crossroads to get the victory. So Cody Rhodes, as we knew was going to happen, is heading to SummerSlam for a rematch against John Cena. Not going to lie, not too interested in that match. Because, so here's the thing. It's too obvious that WWE is going to put the belt back on Cody Rhodes. I do, though, think that, again, John Cena should finish off his career as a heel. I still think that he should have an I Quit match as his final match and, get his full comeuppance on him and humble him by saying, I quit. Because they're telling the story now with John Cena, just give a sneak peek for the main event, where, he's having those moments where he's having these, like, what am I doing moments, but then realizing the damage is too late and still continue on his heelish moments. And that's why I feel like, get him to say, I quit, to humble him to end his career. A lot of people are hoping that when they do Cody and Cena at SummerSlam, that maybe a double turn will result, which, because of course, The Rock could come back if he decides to come back. Like I said, at this point, because of his reaction to, the criticism he got after basically not showing up again after he was a part of John Cena's heel turn at Elimination Chamber earlier this year, I'm not going to believe Dwayne's there unless I actually see his face on TV. Let's just put it that way. But Cody still mentions here and there that offer he had to sell his soul to The Rock. So I can understand why people are thinking maybe a double turn to be coming. My thing, though, is I feel like, personally, it's too soon still for Cena to go back to being a babyface, at least, and also to drop the championship, if I'm being 100% honest. I just still feel like, you got to ride out the long run with him with the heel. Because if you turn him face, I hate to say this, but if you turn him face, it's gonna feel like Kurt Angle's retirement match, last few matches he had, that basically everybody else had to tone down themselves just to try to make Kurt look good in his wins. With John Cena as a face, it's gonna happen again. So although a double turn with Cody and Cena would be interesting, SummerSlam just still feels like way too soon. So I'm still hoping that Cena gets the victory at SummerSlam. Send Cody a little more, down this, desperate, darker path. Kind of plant the seeds for a heel turn, because he, as you mentioned in interviews, that he does believe his face run is pretty much just about done. So he feels like, in the next year or 3, he should be a heel. So we know that heel turn is coming. It's just when. SummerSlam, though, bit too early, in my opinion. But Cody does get that victory, and again, he did earn that rematch against John Cena, even though he did already pin Cena at Money in the Bank in that tag match. So why he had to qualify again and not give someone else fresh like Sami Zayn this spot, I don't know. But that was the opening match. The second match, surprisingly, was my favorite match of the show. This street fight with Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, originally, we were supposed to get Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles on this card, but Dominic apparently is dealing with an injury. I thought at first maybe he just wrote him off TV because he didn't want to go to these shows, because some people have not wanted to go to Saudi Arabia shows in the past. But I hear he apparently illegitimately injured. Something with his rib cage, I think. I can't remember for sure. But so I don't know if it was this match or the next match that replaced the IC title match. But I thought this was a really good street fight. Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley, they have great chemistry. They're great friends in real life. They're going to be able to work well together. Couple great spots in there as well. Good use of the weapons. Roxanne Perez did try to come out and try to help Raquel Rodriguez, but unfortunately she did not succeed this time. And of course Raquel wasn't happy about it. But the ending was a little dangerous, not going to lie. So they had a table in there. And after they had it set up in a corner looking like for, doing like a slam in a corner or something, they set up the table at the top of the turnbuckle. And Rhea Ripley won the match by jumping Raquel off the table with Raquel and hitting an avalanche riptide to get the victory. But yeah, definitely some good use of the weapons as well, too. Again, it just felt like two women beating the crap out of each other. And it was a very believable fight. So I was very impressed by this, especially, of course, with Raquel as well, who I still feel like she doesn't get looked at high enough, I believe. I mean, is she on the level of Rhea Ripley? Absolutely not. Is she a Charlotte Flair? No, she's definitely not any of those. But she is still improving. So I'll give her credit there, because I thought she had a great performance in there. But Rhea does get the victory, and she's moving on now to getting her title shot against Io Sky at Evolution. Could be a main event match, either that or the other match I apparently heard was spoiled on SmackDown, but I'm not going to say what it was. So we have that match there. Now, we got my match of the night, the street fight with Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. This was probably my weakest match on the show, if I'm being 100% honest. I look at this match, and I instantly think of Sami Zayn versus Cesaro from NXT Arrival. Sami could have taken the loss here. Karrion Kross, especially with this being one of his first pay-per-view matches in a long time, I feel like Karrion Kross could have really benefited from winning this. But he didn't. And it's showing more and more that, Kross is very great artistically, but I don't know what's going on with trying to, adjust, his character to the in-ring work. Which, again, could be really good. I don't know. The match was fine. He had moments where he was taunting Sami. I guess wish they would have done maybe a little bit more than that. And like I said, for their first match, especially on pay-per-view, I really felt Karrion Kross should have gotten this victory. Sami could take the loss and be built up as an underdog. I mean, they did give Kross some more time. It's been a long time since they did, but then again, he was having quick squash matches in NXT when he was kind of like being built as like the next Goldberg or Brock Lesnar. I really thought this match could have been one that could have kind of like given him a little more eyes. But again, Sami just snuck in the victory and he gets the victory. It's a win. Then Karrion Kross attacks him on Raw this past week. So where are they going with this? I have no clue. But yeah, probably the most disappointed I was on the show for sure was this match. Like I said, it was fine for what it is. I just really wish Karrion Kross would have won the match. I felt like he needed it more than Sami, but it is what it is. Sikoa and Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. This match was fine again as well. Like I said, I really think Solo is like Karrion Kross. Solo is also dominating more of like the heavier work. He is the character work. I feel like character wise the past year or two, he's had it. It's just in ring wise, yeah, he's not quite there yet. But the match happens, and then during the match, we did get interference from JC Mateo. And off distraction, we had a returning Tonga Loa. Tama Tonga is still out for a few more months, I believe. But Tama Tonga came back. And then, when Jacob's about to win the match, and I respect that, he didn't just put his foot there for whoever his person was to pull it. But he, did a smart-looking pin. And then we get the debut of Hikuleo. Get permanent here for a long time, although I hear he's going to be going by Talla Tonga in WWE, whatever that means. But yeah, he's here. Again, Jacob seems to have like some help with the Usos. Maybe Roman Reigns when he comes back. I don't know. But Solo does win his first main roster title, the US title, okay, well deserved. Again, I wish he would improve more in the ring, because character-wise, I feel like he's knuckled it down really well. But we'll see where this goes. But right call for sure. I feel like, if we're going to debut Hikuleo, or Talla Tonga, as I'm going to have to get used to calling him, I feel like you would have had to give Solo the win here to establish more of like a power stable and such. But yeah, Solo wins. Jacob, though, will get that title back. And maybe a world title soon as well, too. Who knows? I know I'm flying through this, guys. I'm beat. But, okay, so then we have Asuka and Jade Cargill. So Jade won this match. And even though I knew it was coming, I was still kind of disappointed. I don't think Jade's ready yet to have a main event title in the women's division. I really don't. And this match just kind of showed she still, isn't the greatest in the ring. She's improved over the last 2 years for sure. But I don't see this level of Jade right now winning a women's championship, if I'm being honest. I think this should be experience for her in the main event scene. But I don't think she should win it. I do think Naomi's going to cash in at SummerSlam. And, of course, the title's going to get involved in this feud with Jade, Naomi, and Bianca. Maybe we'll find out if Bianca was involved with this or not as well, too. Who knows? But, yeah. So, match was fine. Wasn't anything too scratchy, like I said. It wasn't something that super-duper impressed me. And although, again, I was worried that when she came in 2 years ago, they were going to give everything to Jade right away. It's been a little slower process than I thought, but now that they're going all in again on her, and again, I don't think she's fully ready yet, if you know what I mean. But for now, she won, like I said. Hopefully, this is to help her get more experience again. I don't think they should put the title on her yet, but what do I know? And then the main event, John Cena and CM Punk for the Undisputed Championship. Like I said before, Again, I am totally cool with this John Cena heel character. And I said before, I know this isn't what we wanted in 2012, but still, again, guys, this is a whole different story we have with John Cena right now. Back then, John was a winner, chicken dinner. Now he's a loser. So he has to do what he's doing in order to win. And it was no 2011, but the match he had with Punk I thought was fine. Where was I going with this? The match he had with Punk was fine. Oh yeah, my big concern though was the ending. Did anybody feel like that ending was just a little bit overproduced? It's not the only match that John's done this run where it's like he's venturing like away. I guess it's not the same from like 2011 for sure. Between these two, so I'm never going to expect a 5-star class from John Cena right now. But I still thought that ending was a little overproduced. Like, Seth Rollins came out to tease a cash-in. Braun Breaker was beaten down on both Punk and Cena. And then Seth was teasing the cash-in. John stopped it. He even ran over Charles Robertson. Poor little Nate. And, what, Winky? Wink! But, and then, of course, he seemed like he was teasing more of a face turn. And him and Punk even hugged it out, but he had that same look on his face still when he stared down the Rock. And Punk smelled it coming, but of course, Cena was able to counter it. And he was able to get Punk eventually to lose, though, because Seth Rollins ran there and whacked him in the face with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Cena took advantage, and he, of course, did retain. Like I said, just a little overbooked. That's the only thing I will say about Cena's matches. Although, they're basically adjusted to be character-style matches, which is why they're not many of them are really going to be 5-star matches, but also, like I said before, I feel like some of the stuff got a little overproduced. Like, really, Randy Orton came out of, 15 AAs. Again, that move is just so weak. And I know right now it kind of works in his favor, but even that, where it's kind of like, if you're trying to get heat, this feels a little bit cheap. But, alright, like I said, the whole old school way, yes, but just a few little nitpicks on there. So yeah. And yeah, guys, like I said, I'm tired, so no one's in a live chat, so I'm just going to wrap this up. But that was my very quick thoughts on Night of Champions 2025. Gave the B-. Solid show. Not the greatest matches in the world, though. Again, best match to me still was Rhea and Raquel in the street fight. Weakest is definitely Sami and Karrion. So, like I said, we have a couple of matches already for Saturday's main event and for Evolution. We'll see how I go about reviewing those or previewing those. And even, of course, as well, AEW All In as well. We'll see where it goes. So, again, guys, I'm tired. I'm going to check out now. What are your guys' thoughts on Night of Champions? I gave the show, again, a B-. Solid show. Some good wrestling. Stories were a little weird, but we'll see where it goes. Again, leave your guys' thoughts down in the comments section below and slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter as well, TheClubWithTheMan93. And also on TikTok and Instagram at TheClubWithTheMan1993. Until then, guys, I'll check it out. I'll catch y'all later. Have a great 4th of July, and do not forget, in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself. And that is not to the pay, my friends. That is a fact of life. Yeah!